Howdy folks, thanks for joining me on this episode. I've been very excited to completely finish this video and upload it. This is a very first video from the property that Megan and I purchased about 6 or 7 months ago. And so far I've been able to do a lot of work out there. And I have lots of clips and lots of different things and videos that I want to show you guys. Many of you seemed really interested in the build process and basically just the developing of the entire property, and I am super stoked to film all of that and share it with all of you. It's going to be really cool, and a lot of it we're going to be doing ourselves. I've had some friends as well as family that have come and helped me so far in the brush clearing process, essentially. Making quick work of it. I have gotten some fence work done, and I have gotten a lot of brush work done. It's a really cool layout, and what we're going to end up doing, I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up building some pens to raise some exotic animals. I'm very excited about this. As many of you know, I have been guiding and bringing a lot of you guys out to the Real McCoy Ranch, and we've had a great time with all of our hunts and harvested a lot of animals. But in order to keep the stock and keep the numbers up for more hunting opportunities in the future, we raise these animals. They reproduce at the ranch, but also some breeding and raising outside of the ranch as well. We're able to provide quality hunts with trophy animals at a rate that's more affordable than everyone else because we raise our own animals and we raise quality stock. It's going to be a really cool process, something that we'll get into later this year. Catching you guys up and giving you kind of an idea of everything that's going on. One of my favorites, this is one of the first things that I did whenever we bought the property too, and this was back in the early part of the winter last year, and there's some cool footage in here that I'm going to let play now. It's just a tad windy, so you guys will have to bear with me just a little bit. So here's what I've got. These were supposed to be planted quite a long time ago. However, I didn't have the time and didn't get to it. It looks like they're doing okay, seeing as how they've lived in a box basically their entire life and are sprouting some green, all 4 of them. These are Chinese, well actually there's 2 Chinese chestnuts and there's 2 hybrid chestnuts. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but supposedly these things produce chestnuts for I think it's 9 or maybe 10 months out of the year. They're a great food source, and they start producing in 3 to 5 years. Be a great food source inside of the pens for the animals, as well as providing some shade, and I'm super stoked to see how they do. I think everybody plants trees whenever they first buy a piece of property, so this is going to be really neat. Wish Megan was with me, but these have got to be put in the ground before they don't make it, and they're kind of expensive. So let's grab a shovel, this camera, and let's make our way out to where we're gonna put these things. Right here is the cleaned out underneath area that I showed in one of the clips. It's kind of grown up now, and it's really soupy down here. You can kind of see the little tank right to the right, just below the dirt and rock pile out there. It's the lowest point of our property, so it's kind of a pain, but opening that hole up over there will draw a lot of the water off from this area and build up down there. As you can see, we've got a huge brush pile. It's going to make for a sweet bonfire. Our property goes back quite a bit further that way, but there's a little section out here in the middle of the screen where it's open. So I'm going to plant probably 2 trees here in this little section, this little area, and then I'm probably going to go to that open area in between those 2 cedar trees and plant the other 2. Unfortunately, like a big dummy, I did not bring a tripod, so just enjoy this view for a moment. I think my shovel's broke. The wood handle, that is. It's really nice, pretty black dirt here. Should have brought a sharpshooter. I'm going to put the hybrid chestnuts here. I don't remember the instructions completely, but I do remember that you're not supposed to plant these like super duper deep. And I also have like a bag of food or something to drop in there with them. Basically, I wouldn't say that I have a green thumb, but surely I can pull this off. Should be about the right depth. 1 baggie of food, whatever this is. I don't remember how they told me to put this in, so we're just winging it. Maybe something like that. Kind of break this mud up because it's wet. It's been raining the last several days. Maybe a little more of this. I don't know. Hopefully the deer don't destroy these things. We'll see how they do. We'll check back in on them in a couple weeks, and hopefully this little guy right here will be sprouting out. Why is this camera not focusing? Anyway, there's a little green guy right there coming off. Got some leaves coming off right here. Hopefully they'll make it. Megan has been out with me on some work days, if you will. We really only get to work on it during the weekend. I'm working by myself today, obviously, since I'm self-filming. But as we get through the rest of this month, we will be ready to really hit the place hard and heavy. Just developing basically and start work. Megan will be with me a lot in the next full year as we get out there and start working and the building of the house and the fence, all this stuff that's going on. Megan will be with me. She'll be filming, she'll be in some videos, and I'm very excited for that. I'm out here running solo this afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Central Texas, and I've got some more brush to clear. Not a lot, but I've got some. I spent some time out here yesterday and the day before doing basically the same thing with what I'm fixing to show you. This cedar tree right here, a huge one, about the same size as this one here that we cleared out. It wrapped all the way across over this way. 2 days ago I was here by myself, ran the chainsaw and the pole saw through here, got a lot of it cleaned up, and then Megan came and helped me yesterday, and we got it to where it is now drivable. I can actually drive my side-by-side through here. As you can tell, I did a little bit more since I got here about 20 minutes ago. It's going to make a great pathway for the animals to move in and out of. And then we've also cleared that one down there. I've still got quite a bit to do down there, so I'm going to throw in some time-lapse videos of clearing down there. And then, as you can tell, I've got plenty of brush to burn. And then the bigger brush pile is way down there. You can see some trash in it. Need to burn that huge brush pile down there. This one here. And then I've got another one around the corner over there. I'm gonna get a little bit of it burned today. We've gotten quite a bit of rain here lately, so the ground is plenty soggy, especially back that way. As you guys can tell, it's very green here. We've been fortunate. But here's basically the end of the road here. And I've got quite a bit to do up top. I think I'm still gonna clean some of that out. May leave it up. Who knows? So just kind of see how I feel whenever I get the saw in my hands and how much dragging of brush I feel like doing. This has all been such a fun project so far. It's been a lot of work, and I hope that you guys will subscribe, stay with me, and watch this whole place transform from start to finish. I think y'all will really enjoy the progress. And also today, if we actually get the time, I may lay out the foundation of the house. I got to put some batter boards up, but we'll see if we make it that far. I've got a lot of work back here in the back, and all of the brush clearing and everything is basically, I would say, 99% finished up on the front of the property. Basically from this alley at the very back of our place is all that's left. So it's very exciting. I'm down to the final bits of brush clearing, and then next up is going to be some fence building, laying out the house, putting in the septic tank, getting electricity run, having the well drilled, moving our camper out here as we're in the process of building the home. It's all going to be very fun and exciting stuff, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. And now that you have all that information, I want to share the verse of the day with you guys. It comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. And this one's a pretty well known one by a lot of us, but it says, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God." If we're living our lives that way, everybody else around us will see that. Sometimes it can be hard to do. Maybe you had a rough day at work, or problem after problem kept arising. Maybe you lost your temper. Whatever the case may be, let it be a reminder to all of us, including myself today, that whatever we do, make sure that we're shining the light of Jesus Christ. That way that the world can see it, not for our own glory or our success, but so that others can come to know Christ through us. If you let God use you, He'll do some great things. Now let's get to work. For Redneck's favorite sound. This fuel that I had went bad sometime before I picked it up off the shelf. My chainsaw refuses to start with this fuel in it, so guess what it's going to be now? Brush starter. Got it rolling now. And an old armadillo hole. I enjoyed putting this one together. I enjoyed filming every second of it. It's really neat and it's really special when it's your own place. Be sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on the future content of not only the property, but also all the hunting. I feel like I should be filming a hunting video right now in the dark with the camera. I feel like we should be going to track a hog or something, but nonetheless, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Lots of cool and new stuff coming. Brought to you weekly. That is right, brought to you weekly. Sometimes multiple videos a week coming up, and hopefully going to stay that way for the rest of the year. Maybe 3 videos a week if we get fortunate enough to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. You are awesome, and I'll see you in just a few days.